Hello, my name is Dermot Davern, and I'm here today to give you a display of my app for full stack, my React app. So I'm going to start by navigating through the page in its entirety and showing each individual page, and then I'm going to go into the code. And what I'll do is, because a lot of these different pages are based off of each other. For example, I did all the degrees page first, and then just copied and chopped and changed to all cohorts and all modules. Then I did a single degree. Then I did the same for a single cohort, single module, and single student. I don't think I'll go through absolutely everything, but I will show you an example of each, and I will explain my thought process and also where to find more information about what, how I went through this. So let's start. This is the base page. It's the where you land when you start the app. We have a banner up top and a footer, and that'll be on every page. And we have a home button to navigate home, and then we have basically the four main links: degrees, cohorts, modules, and enroll a student. Degrees will bring you to all degrees, cohorts will bring you to all cohorts, modules will bring you to all modules, and enroll a student brings you to the enroll student page. I will show examples of things I have created using the forms, which again all are more or less based on the same logic. But I won't be actually creating anything at this moment because I can't remember some of the requirements that I have in place for what you might enter. So, starting with the all degrees page, you might have briefly seen the error page there. Hopefully we won't see it again, or if we do see it, it'll be very brief just while things are loading. So the degree page is set into a card format. Not everything has a card format. I just wanted to show that I could, show that I could use it basically. And if you click on any of these individual links, you will be brought to a page where it says more about the actual degree itself, and it gives you a list of related cohorts. And if you click any of those links again, you get to the single cohort page, and the single cohort page has a link to modules in the cohort and students in the cohort. So modules in the cohort show you the related modules. Students in the cohort brings you to the individual students, and this is where also you will find the change grade button, which I'll show you here. If we go home and we go to all degrees again, you'll see here's an example of a degree I created, and here's the create degree page. Again, I won't be creating anything here because I know, for example, with degree code, I think this is the only one I can remember off the top of my head, but for like short codes, there had specific requirements. It had to be between, I think, 2 and 7 characters or something like that, and I don't remember what that is for everything, so I'm not going to attempt that at the moment. If we go to cohorts, here's all the cohort page. And again, it has a create cohort, which allows you to attach to a degree, including the test degree that I set up. If we go back, and then again, we've already seen the single cohort page, but just to show that the links will bring you to the single cohort page, which again has modules in cohort and students in cohort. And we go back home, we go to modules. Once more, all the modules are laid out. The reason I have create module on top and all the create stuff on top is because it kept getting hidden behind the footer bar, which was a bit annoying, and I didn't quite have the wherewithal to figure out. But if you follow the link anyway to the individual modules, again, individual module page. This may change between now and when I upload it. I'm not happy with this. It's quite blank, and I know there's more information to display. I just wasn't, I just wanted to get the page working basically and meet the requirements. And finally, we have enroll student. And if we see, there's different enroll student pages, and there's different cohorts to select. And it will not let you continue off this page unless you put in something valid. So for example, if I put in 1 and I said I have select cohort and I just put in, I don't know, business, I hit create, you'll get an error. Simple enough. Okay. So that's that. Let's go to the code real quick. Whoops, sorry, that's the video editor. I didn't mean to do that. The code. Now everything is here in my README, and there's also notes throughout to where I had issues and so on, and this will explain basically my step-by-step process of how I got to where I was here. I don't really have time in an 8-minute video to do that, but I will start by going into how things are set up. So we have a components folder, which has some of the components like the card, the footer, the header, and the heading. As you can see here, there's a few different cards. I probably could have made a generic. That would have worked for everything, but by the time I'd gotten to this point, I'd already put, it seemed a bit, it worked, and I didn't really have the time to redo things there. We have a routes, which obviously handle the information for each of the pages required. So, for example, all degrees does exactly what you'd expect. It fetches all the degrees. It puts them in a card the card component, and it has a function to basically display it. Yeah, quite simple there. It's not nothing major. A single degree does more or less the same thing, but obviously this time we're sorting by the ID when we're fetching from the API. It's nothing majorly major there. I'll show you an example of a form, maybe perhaps a cohort form, because that has some interesting areas there. So yeah, 1 second. There's on submit functions. There's a create, there's a response, there's I'm trying to find an example actually of where I have set maybe in all degrees. Hang on, I am pretty sure I set restrictions on what can be sorry, it's all degrees. I mean the degree form. 1 second, degree form. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. So, for example, we have minimum and maximum lengths because the shortcode has specific requirements. Again, I didn't do that everywhere. I just wanted to show that I could do that. Again, you'll see notes around the place you'll see where I found difficulties with things and had issues with things. The only thing I really need to show you now is basically how the app.js page itself works. Again, it imports the heading component, the footer component, the header component. It imports the routes, and it is basically just it's telling the app where to go. Nothing majorly major there. There's a README text, as I said, and a video link text. They're separate. And the only other thing I really messed around with a lot was not the app CSS, the index, the app CSS, which is, again, for the module card, this is actually where a lot of the styling is, and this is where I've imported Bootstrap. I didn't use a lot of Bootstrap, but I have it imported. So yeah, that's everything. I can't go on too much longer. So yeah, thank you for listening.